Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we are pulling transmission out of old Brown here. It's the end of the year, 2020, and we had a really good season with her. Big plans for this winter. Not only am I building some more stuff on the Brown truck, we're also finishing that black Fummins at OBS. Really excited about what's to come. So for the short story though, is I'm going to be pulling the transmission out of here and I'm going to be putting it in the black Fummins. And the reason that is because the Brown truck here is going to get a brand new transmission from ADS out of Milwaukee. Really good transmission shop. I heard really good things. I've never used them before. We'll see exactly how it works out. But yeah, other than that, that's the project for today. Working on the home garage. Pull that transmission and let's get it in the black truck. Well guys, I'm under the truck and I got everything loose with the transmission. It's about to come out, and most of you guys out there, you've already seen a transmission come out. Maybe not this kind, 47RH, but maybe something else. It's pretty much as simple. Disconnect on an automatic transmission, disconnect the torque converter, right, through the sight, we'll call it a peephole, on the passenger side of the Cummins engine, disconnect the bell housing, disconnect the transmission lines, fluid lines, linkage, and a couple sensors. That's it. Drop it down. Be careful if you're by yourself. Use your safety chains on your tranny jacks if you have that. If not, don't do it by yourself. Be safe. Other than that, I'm under the truck. I got a little beaten up. There's always that one bolt that wants to give you a hard time, but you know, I got it. I got the willpower. So there's a transmission. She's got that deep transmission pan on her. Well, we got the four-wheel drive linkage disconnected. She's ready to come out, so let's do this. All right, I got the transmission out and I'm sweating. I'm doing some work. And I forgot to drain the transmission fluid before I went to pick it up and put it in the back of the truck, so I got a little bit of a mess going on. Go to clean that mess up, come to find out, last time I was working, I used all the oil dry. So now I have to stop what I'm doing, go get oil dry, come back, throw oil dry on the garage, clean it up, because I clean up my messes. And my hair is kind of probably all crazy. So, well, let's get that done. I got the transmission all loaded up. It's in the back of the Big Bad Super Duty. There she is. Got the transmission jack too. My tranny jack, transmission. Got the dipstick, linkage, transfer case. So truck's over at the shop, so we're gonna go get that oil dry, clean this mess up, go over there, get that two-wheel drive transmission out of that black truck and get this bad boy four-wheel drive transmission in there. Let's go, let's do it. Guys, got everything here by the black Fummins. Here we are. We're back in the tent. Got the black truck in front of me. Trying to find that ambition. I got the nice transmission out of the old Fummins, the brown truck at my house. And we're just about to take that two-wheel drive transmission out of the truck. I got all my tools and crawling under the truck. There she is. There she is. The two-wheel drive the two-wheel drive transmission someone put in a four-wheel drive truck. got the two-wheel drive transmission out, sitting on the floor, dying in its own transmission fluid. And got the new, well, I got the four-wheel drive transmission, I got the torque converter in there, ready to go in. And honestly, I'm tired and I'm gonna call it a night. But before I do, I wanna tell everyone, this little plunger on the back of the casing, timing gear casing? Gear casing, whatever you wanna call it, was missing, so it was leaking a lot of oil when we were doing an engine start. And I just wanted to give a shout out to ProSource Diesel. I paid $8 for this to pretty much get here in like a day, this plunger. And they gave me all sorts of goodies. Keychain, beer opener, 2 koozies, nice packaging. So I was kind of impressed. Good job, guys. So other than that, we're gonna call it a night, and tomorrow we're gonna get that transmission in and transfer case on, and start thinking about taking that rear end out. So see you tomorrow. All right, I found out one thing here in doing this, and I've never really had a two-wheel drive transmission I've worked on because I've always had four-wheel drive vehicles. So when I originally was looking at the two-wheel drive transmission, it looked like the mounting bracket for the rear of the transmission was not going to be the same as the four-wheel drive transmission, and I didn't account for the transmission length itself. But it looked like I was going to originally have to remount the cross member in a two-wheel drive to a four-wheel drive, you know, application. However, the bracket that bolts onto the bottom of the transmission on a 47 RH, a two-wheel drive and a four-wheel drive are completely different. So when I bolted up the two-wheel drive bracket to the bottom of the four-wheel drive transmission, it was like, hey, I got to remount this cross member. Well, then I was thinking about it and I was like, well, I'll use the four-wheel drive bracket that came with the four-wheel drive transmission, and the crossmember lined right up. Even though the brackets are completely different, the reason they're different is because the transmissions are different lengths. So, in case you didn't know. So, I'm gonna stop talking and get back to work on this incredibly long talking YouTube video that probably doesn't have a lot of action, but I hope you guys are enjoying it. All right, I just got the transmission in there, and I'm gonna go get the transfer case. It's raining out like cats and dogs in Wisconsin, so I'm going to, now this sounds so weird, but I'm gonna go take the transfer case down to the car wash and self-serve and pressure wash there, because I really don't want to pressure wash out in the rain for 25 minutes and get completely soaked and be soaked for the rest of the day. So at least I'll be inside pressure washing. Sometimes I can be such a wimp, but all right, let's get it done. I am back from pressure washing the transfer case, and here she is, all washed up, ready to slap in. She's a little dirty, but you know what? That's okay. So we're gonna go ahead and get this bad gearbox and that bad truck, and we're gonna go ahead and connect it all together, and I want to hear this thing purr again. It's just been too long, but we got some work to do. Can't keep talking. Let's do it. All done. Transmission is in. I have taken out 2 transmissions and put a transmission in 6 hours, which for most people is not that big of a deal. But for the circumstances, you know, 45-degree weather, tent, Wisconsin winter coming, rain, I'm wet, soaked. Give me a little bit of props. Or don't. Comment, whatever you want. But we are going to, I need a break from this. So before I call it a wrap for the day, what I'd like to do is show you guys the truck that we got for the axle swap on this beast of an OBS. Let's go. Let's see what we got. All right, before we pull up to it, little background story. It was in a rollover accident. It's an F-250 2015 gas, and construction company owned it. I ended up doing a little trade work. I had a 12 valve Fummins. They wanted to put in a 6.4 liter, and they had some axles that that I kind of want from a work truck here, and we were able to do a little swapping, plus, you know, some money on my end because the Cummins engine's worth more than some axles, and we ended up making it work. So here we are. Look at this beast. Jeez, whoever was in here is kind of probably was bruised for the day. There's even an old dowel in there. Anyways, this is exactly what you want. You want a donor truck, perfect situation. Guy doesn't care about the truck, so we're gonna have a little fun taking these axles out. And here's the rear axle. So pretty much what we want is we want the whole entire leaf package. This truck had airbags. We don't want that. We're gonna get rid of it. We're gonna unhook the shocks, take the leaves, keep the U-bolts connected right on it, and just pull the whole entire axle right out of the truck. So other than that, that's pretty much it. That front end, what we wanted was that coil suspension. It's got them coils right up here. There you go, coil. That OBS is gonna ride like $1 million, and we're gonna have a blast for years to come in that truck. But I'm glad I was able to make a deal for these axles, and next week you're gonna see the axles, if we get the parts right from Canada. But the axles are gonna start coming out of the black OBS. These axles are gonna get cleaned up, painted, and we're gonna start installing the axles in there. And we got a lot of work ahead of us. I mean, it is October. Leaves are changing. Some of the leaves are gone. We don't have much time before the snow flies. I really didn't want to drive the truck in the salt and the snow, but I want to drive it before we put away for the winter. So let's see if we can beat Mother Nature and get this project done. I'll see you guys next week, and like always, hit that subscribe button. If you like what you see, enjoy it. Take that energy that you saw, put it towards your own builds, have fun with it. All right, I'll see you guys next week. Later.